Colorado, the state where people pay $500,000 for a condo with a view of another condo. But here's what nobody shows you. Drive an hour outside Denver. 2 hours, 3. And Colorado turns into something else entirely. Open plains that stretch to the horizon, mountain passes where you're the only car on the road, small towns where the whole downtown is 1 block long and nobody's in a hurry. And the prices? The prices don't sound like Colorado at all. I found 6 properties, starting at $229,000 and going all the way down to $30,000. One of them sits on 40 acres. Another one is a 3-story Victorian with 5 bedrooms for under $90,000. And the last one for the price of a used Honda Civic. I'm Joseph, I'm retired, and I spend my free time digging through listings that most people scroll right past. This one took me a while because honestly, I didn't believe some of these were real either. And before we get started, subscribe to my channel Tiny Bucks Houses to catch properties like these before anyone else does. I saved the cheapest one for the very end. And when you see what $30,000 gets you in Colorado, you're either going to think I'm lying or you're going to start packing. Property number 1. 40 acres in eastern Colorado with a house and a handful of outbuildings. The price just dropped $30,000. The house itself is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, about 1,300 square feet, all on one level. The main living area has been updated with fresh paint and new carpet, and the light comes in well through the day. The kitchen runs galley style with wood cabinetry on both sides. It's older, but it has everything you need. The bathrooms are the same, dated but working. Forced air heating, well water, propane. Nothing fancy, nothing broken. Now outside, because outside is why this property exists at this price. 40 acres of open Colorado grassland. Red barn outbuildings, a carport, a covered shelter, storage sheds, all of it spread across land that just keeps going. You could run horses on this. You could run cattle. You could build a shop, start something, or do absolutely nothing and still own more land than most people will ever see in their lifetime. No HOA, no restrictions. Just 40 acres and whatever you decide to do with them. Now let's talk about the location. Population barely a blip. The kind of place where the post office is open 3 days a week. If you need to stock up on anything, groceries, gas, a doctor, Lyman is about 30 minutes north and has all of it. Colorado Springs is an hour and a half, and I-70 runs right through the county, so getting anywhere from here is easier than it looks on a map. This isn't the Colorado that shows up in travel magazines. No mountains out the window, no ski slopes down the road, but 40 acres with a house and outbuildings in Colorado for under $230,000, that doesn't come up often. The listing mentions a special administrator's deed, which means this is likely coming through an estate. That can add paperwork, but it also means there's no emotional seller holding out for top dollar. The house needs cosmetic work. The kitchen and bathrooms are dated, but the land is clean, the well works, and the bones are there. So yeah, 40 acres of Colorado, a 3-bedroom home, barns and outbuildings out back, and a property tax bill that rounds down to zero. All of it for $229,900. But this is just the beginning, because the next property is in a completely different part of Colorado, and honestly, I almost didn't include it because I thought the listing was a mistake. Property number 2. 35 acres and 4 bedrooms in Colorado for $179,000. That's $50,000 less than the last one, with an extra bedroom and a house that looks completely different on the other side of the front door. From the outside, it looks a lot like the last property. Open prairie, flat land, big sky. But step through the entrance and the feeling changes immediately. This home was built in 2000, and it doesn't feel like a flip or a rental. It feels like someone's actual house. The floors are warm-toned wood that runs through the main living areas. There are skylights, actual skylights, in the kitchen and the bathrooms, pulling in natural light from above, in a way that makes every room feel bigger than the square footage says. The living room is oversized, over 21 feet long, with a wood-burning stove tucked into the corner. Not a gas insert, not decorative. A real cast-iron stove for real Colorado winters. The walls have color to them: reds, oranges, greens. Somebody painted this place to feel like a home. The kitchen has oak cabinetry with plenty of storage, stainless steel appliances, a skylight overhead, and a separate dining room right next to it that fits a full family table with room to spare. There's a dedicated laundry room with the washer and dryer already included. 4 bedrooms, all on one level. The master is set apart from the other 3 with its own walk-in closet and a bathroom that has a corner soaking tub, double vanity, and another skylight above. The other bedrooms are carpeted and clean, good sizes, not cramped. The second bathroom is straightforward with a tub shower combo and wood cabinetry. 1,620 square feet total, metal roof overhead, and outside 35 acres of agricultural zoned land with outbuildings and mountain views sitting quietly behind the property. As for the area, El Paso County, about an hour southeast of Colorado Springs. Yoder is barely a town, more like a handful of houses and a whole lot of horizon, but it's not as empty as it looks. There's actually a place called Wishing Star Farm out here that pulls in families every fall for a pumpkin patch and a petting zoo. So yes, people do come to Yoder on purpose. Colorado Springs is close enough to handle anything you need: shopping, hospitals, airports, without the noise following you home. The property sits inside the Fox Valley Ranch community. There's an HOA, but it's $10 a month. That's basically a formality. One thing you need to know: the listing says the plumbing is not holding pressure, likely a freeze break from sitting empty over winter. That's a pipe repair, not a foundation problem. So think about it. 4 bedrooms on 35 acres with a wood stove, a soaking tub, and mountain views behind the property, all for $179,000. And the next one? Built before Colorado was even 50 years old, a stone farmhouse from 1890 that's never been sold until now. Nearly 6 acres, a greenhouse, and a barn, for a price that might make you read the listing twice. Property number 3. A stone farmhouse from 1890 on nearly 6 acres, and it's never been sold, not once. In 135 years, this property has never changed hands, until now. Think about that for a second. This house was built before electricity was standard, before Colorado had paved highways, before anyone alive today was born, and it's hitting the market for the first time for $145,000. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, about 1,500 square feet. The front of the house is natural stone, real stone, not veneer, the kind of wall that doesn't exist in modern construction because nobody wants to pay for it anymore. The rest is stucco. It's old, it's weathered, and it looks exactly like what it is: a farmhouse that's been standing in the same spot since the frontier days. Inside, the ceilings have exposed wood beams. The floors are original patterned tile that's been walked on for over a century. The kitchen is basic, older appliances, simple layout, but the room itself is big, over 280 square feet, with enough space to completely redo it however you want. But step outside and the property opens up. Nearly 6 acres with mountain views in the distance. There's a large metal outbuilding, big enough for equipment or livestock. A functioning greenhouse with a full frame still intact. An old wooden cabin on the property that could be restored as a guest house or workshop. And city water, which is rare for a rural property like this. Now let's talk about the location. Las Animas County, southern Colorado, right off I-25 between Trinidad and Walsenburg. Population around 500. Aguilar used to be a coal mining town back in the early 1900s. At one point, it had over 6,000 people. The mines closed, most people left, and the town got quiet. But the buildings are still there. The main street still has that old western feel to it. Trinidad is about 20 minutes south for groceries and everyday needs. So here's what's on the table. A 135-year-old stone farmhouse that's never been sold. Nearly 6 acres. Outbuildings, a greenhouse, mountain views, city water, and a property tax bill of $62 a year. All of it for $145,000. And the next one, 5 bedrooms, 3 stories. A grand piano in the living room. Built the same year as this one, 1890. But the price drops by another $50,000. Property number 4. This is a Victorian from 1890, the same year as the farmhouse we just looked at in Aguilar. But this is a completely different animal. 3 full stories of white-painted wood frame construction, a bay window wrapping around the front corner, a white picket fence, a detached garage, and hills rising up right behind the property. From the street, this house looks like something out of a period film. Now, inside. I'm not going to lie to you. It's rough. There's stuff everywhere. Furniture, boxes, tools, things piled in every room. It looks like someone lived here for decades and left everything behind. But look past the clutter for a second. There's a grand piano, a real one, full-size, ornate carved wood, sitting in the middle of the living room. There are built-in shelves with original Victorian trim still intact. The ceilings are tall. The windows are oversized. The rooms have the kind of proportions that modern builders don't even attempt anymore. 5 bedrooms spread across 3 floors, 2 bathrooms, 2,740 square feet. That's $32 per square foot. For a 3-story Victorian in Colorado, your monthly mortgage estimate on this place is $521. That's less than a car payment. There's an unfinished basement underneath all of it. Natural gas, forced air heating, public water, and the lot sits on a corner with a paved road. Not a dirt track, not a gravel path. A real street in a real town. As for the area, this is southern Colorado, right on I-25, about 15 minutes from the New Mexico border. Trinidad is not a ghost town, population around 8,000. It's one of the oldest towns in Colorado, founded in 1862 as a stop on the Santa Fe Trail. The downtown still has original brick buildings from the 1800s, and in the last few years, it's been quietly attracting artists, remote workers, and people from Denver looking for something they can actually afford. There are restaurants, a hospital, grocery stores, schools. It's a functioning small city with actual character. So here's the deal. This house needs serious work. That's obvious from every photo. The kitchen is from another lifetime. The bathrooms need to be gutted. Every room needs to be cleared out, cleaned up, and probably stripped down to the bones. But the bones are Victorian. The bones are 3 stories, 5 bedrooms, and a bay window on a corner lot with mountain views. And the next one might be the most beautiful listing in this entire video. Smaller house, smaller price, but the views of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains alone are worth more than what they're asking. Property number 5. 3 bedrooms in southern Colorado with mountain views that look like someone painted them in for $80,000. This is a 1934 stucco home, 1 level, 1 bathroom, 1,160 square feet. The kitchen has yellow cabinetry that's been here since before most of us were born, a gas range, and linoleum tile on the floor. The ceilings have exposed wood beams, original, heavy, the kind you don't see in new builds. The living room has hardwood floors and led straight into the bedrooms through open doorways. The bathroom is as simple as it gets. Pedestal sink, a shower with a curtain, and that's it. Everything inside needs updating. But the listing photo taken at sunset, warm light glowing through every window, the mountains sitting quiet behind the roofline, that one image tells you why this property is on this list. Now let's talk about the location. Costilla County, southern edge of the San Luis Valley. Population, maybe 400. The town started as a military outpost in 1858. Kit Carson commanded it during the Civil War, and the original fort is still standing as a museum today. The history here is older than the state itself. Day to day, it's quiet. There's no grocery store in town. You drive to Alamosa, about 25 minutes west, for anything you need. But the people who live here aren't here for convenience. They're here for what's out the window. The Sangre de Cristo Mountains rise up behind this town like a wall, snow-capped peaks, golden valleys, sky that doesn't end. And 30 minutes south, Great Sand Dunes National Park, the tallest sand dunes in North America, sitting at the base of 13,000-foot peaks. People plan entire vacations around that park. You'd take a morning drive. Let's put it all together. At $80,000, This is a 3-bedroom home with an $85 annual tax bill, 30 minutes from a national park with mountains out every window. You could gut the inside for $20,000 and still be under 6 figures. In Colorado, that sentence shouldn't even be possible, but here it is. And the last one, I saved it for the end on purpose, under $30,000, in a town most people drive through without stopping, but the ones who do stop, they don't leave. Property number 6. $29,999. The price was just cut $10,000, and the listing starts with 4 words. This property needs everything. Built in 1913. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 789 square feet. The yard is overgrown, the carport is rusting, and from the street it looks like a house that's been waiting for someone to come back. Inside, every room tells you how long it's been waiting. Wood paneling, red carpet, a kitchen with metal cabinets and teal tile that stopped being fashionable before most of your parents were born. The bathroom is rough. The basement is unfinished. But there's a sunroom off the back, almost 200 square feet of windows and light, and that room changes the way the whole house feels. And it sits on a corner lot, over 6,300 square feet. The zoning allows bigger builds, so there's room to grow here, whether that means renovating what's already standing or starting something new down the line. Now let's talk about the location. Huerfano County, right off I-25, about 45 minutes north of Trinidad. This isn't a ghost town. 3,000 people, a real downtown with old brick storefronts, grocery stores, a courthouse. 5 minutes away, Lathrop State Park, Colorado's very first state park. Fishing, camping, boating, and to the south, the Spanish Peaks, 2 massive peaks rising straight out of the valley floor. The Ute people called them Huajatola. They've been a landmark for hundreds of years, and you can see them from this lot. At $38 a square foot, this is the cheapest property in the entire video. It's a project, it's a gamble. It might be the best $30,000 someone ever spends, or it might sit here for another year. But in a state where the average home costs over $500,000, the fact that this exists at all is the story. So yeah, 6 properties, 6 different towns, and none of them anywhere near Denver. That's the part most people miss about Colorado. They see the ski towns and the $1-million condos, and they assume the whole state costs that much. An hour or 2 in any direction and you're in a different Colorado entirely. One where a farmhouse waited 135 years for its first buyer, where a 3-story Victorian costs less than a new truck, and where $30,000 still gets you a key to a front door. Are these perfect? No. Some of them need a weekend of work. Some of them need a year. But they're here. They're real. And they're priced like the Colorado that existed before everyone started fighting over the same 10 zip codes. If this video made you look at Colorado differently, subscribe to my channel Tiny Bucks Houses and hit the bell. Every week I dig through listings in a different state, looking for the ones most people never see. All the links to every property in this video are down in the description. Full photos, details, everything you need. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next state.